Political operative pled guilty to vote-by-mail fraud. 2 Hoboken councilwomen were kicked out of City Hall, and those could probably be a show in and of themselves. But on top of that, there was a lot going on in the West New York municipal race, which is no change, as you guys know that I've been following. But this week, what we saw was on Saturday night, a doctor by the name of Dante Hoa is accused of being arrested as a result of political retaliation. Mayor Roque is claiming that he was arrested as the result of a direction given by Commissioner Rodriguez, who's in charge of public safety.
I want to see this. Can I put this on TV?
Also, we're in Jersey City earlier this morning where we talked about the police unity tour. Now, as you know, Jersey City has lost some officers to violence in the field in the past few years. Of course, Melvin Santiago, Mark DiNardo, that was already 10 years ago now, and now just a year ago, Mark Robinu, that was a police lieutenant. And the primary purpose of the police unity tour is to raise awareness of law enforcement officers who have died in the line of duty. The secondary purpose is to raise funds for the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial and Museum. So this has been going on since 1997. It was a really emotional and touching ceremony, if I say so myself. We heard Gwen DiNardo, the daughter of Mark DiNardo, just give her recount of what it was like losing her dad on the line of duty and why this has just been so important for that family, you know. And they talked about how her uncle, of course, Mark's brother, has been riding in the Unity Tour for 10 years, and all those officers presented him with a plaque, and it really was just a great segment. But for now, we're just going to go to commercial, and we'll see you in a hot minute.
Rama Jewelers, located in the Lyndhurst Shopping Center at 413 Valley Brook Avenue, Lyndhurst.
Yes.
Come for all your jeweler needs at Rama Jewelers, where you will find a fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and bracelets. Choose from one of our complete sets, our many signature items, or find the perfect engagement ring. Come on down. That's Rama Jewelers at 413 Valley Brook Ave, Lyndhurst. Call 201-939-5784 or visit us online today.
Introducing the MyJCMC app, powered by Practice Unite. The free MyJCMC app puts the power of healthcare at your fingertips. Go to the concierge for access to referrals, scheduling, and appointments. See emergency room wait times and get directions to Jersey City Medical Center health locations. Read the latest JCMC news through their social media feed. Find a doctor and more. The MyJCMC app. We belong to you.
Hey guys, so Hudson County View live and uncut. You may have heard John Arhidus, and I'm joined now with my esteemed colleague Mark Bucinich. So Mark, you have had your nose to the ground, so to speak, in Jersey City. I know you've been hearing a lot about the school funding crisis. We're talking $120 million shortfall.
That's right.
And even though last night was actually a council meeting, that still remained a hot topic. So you could explain it better than I can. Obviously, you were there. So tell us a little bit about the sentiment in that room and what the teachers were saying about this crisis.
Yeah, John, thanks again for having me.
Of course.
Sure, there were a number of teachers there at Jersey City Public School District who were represented by the Jersey City Education Association. And during the public portion meeting of the council hearing, we heard from Jersey City Education Association Executive President Colleen Kelleher, and also Ron Greco, the president of the Jersey City Education Association, imploring the City Council that they need to step up and start funding the Jersey City Public Schools District, even though it was just a week ago, right, that the Board of Education, led by Sidon Thomas, initiated a lawsuit against the state to reverse the dramatic educational aid cuts. Got it.
So with that said, Mark, what do you think is going to happen with the council? I mean, obviously, this budget's getting voted on Monday night. I mean,
That's right.
Getting down to crunch time. I mean, just from what you've observed from the BOE, from the council, what do you think happens next?
I mean, it was interesting to see when even some parents had gotten up during a public portion of the hearing, John, when they were, again, taking the city council to task to make sure that there's funding available. It looked like Councilman Michael Youn seemed almost aghast at what people were saying, because he feels that that for 20 years, parents should have been more involved in this, the union should have been more involved in this, and now because these state aid cuts are impending, they're now immediately starting to look for the city council to come up with the money.
So look, obviously 120 million is no chump change. I mean, I don't really know what our elected officials here in Jersey City can do in the next few days. I mean, again, we're right on the cusp of the vote here, so.
Sure. Well, you know, John, one thing that I had a chance to interview, sorry to interrupt you there, but I did have a chance to interview Ron Greco last night to find out, well, what other source of income could the city be looking to? And he suggested that the city should be looking at the tax abatements, pilots as they're known, right? Payment in lieu of taxes.
That's right.
That the city has been providing to so many real estate developers over the past 20 years to develop the waterfront. That could possibly be one source. And he said another source could be the over $50 million in money from a settlement that the city just resolved with the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, whereby the city had a lawsuit against the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey because they claimed that the properties that the Port Authority owned in Jersey City, they were not paying taxes on that property, so they settled it out of court. And now Ron thinks that at least a portion of that $50 million could be used to plug the hole in the education budget.
Well, look, I mean, I think it's safe to say that it's going to be quite a meeting on Monday, and I don't think anybody's getting out of that one early. I think that's pretty reasonable to say at this point, right?
No doubt, no argument there, John.
All right, so obviously this week was a lot of stories that were in written word as opposed to video, but was there anything else that caught your attention you wanted to bring to our viewers' attention while we still have you?
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, and you know, it was not just teachers who filled the council chambers last night, but there was so many people. In fact, when I walked in, there were all these people on both sides of the Airbnb debate. So you had, it seemed like those people who are in favor of keeping Airbnb in Jersey City, which is legal as of an ordinance in 2015, but there were also members there from the building trades and union members from the Hotel Trades Council who are adamantly opposed to the proliferation of Airbnb rental units because they feel that it threatens their members' jobs. But the ordinance that was on the agenda for last night would be to amend that ordinance from 2015, and many of the Airbnb homeowners and hosts are concerned that it could impact their livelihoods.
All right, well, very good, Mark. Sounds like you had your hands full last night. Better you than me. Thanks on a job well done. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks again, John.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We will be back in just a few. Take a brief look at these messages.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers the quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport, live like you want.
Jersey City Medical Center, Hudson County's #1 hospital, as ranked by U.S. News and World Report. Hudson County's only hospital to receive an A safety score rating. Jersey City Medical Center is Hudson County's only hospital to receive the prestigious Magnet Award for Nursing Excellence. Make the #1 hospital in Hudson County your first choice for quality health care. Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the web at libertyhealth.org.
Hello again, Hudson County View, live and uncut. John Haidt is here, and we were going to talk a little Mile Square city politics. So, this is not for the faint of heart. Those of you that have been following the U.S. Attorney's case in vote-by-mail fraud, that is, in the Hoboken, there's been 5 indictments up to this point. The latest, Matt Colicchio, who pleaded guilty, or 5 cases up to this point. Matt Colicchio pleaded guilty to vote-by-mail fraud in connection to the 2013 mayoral race and 2015 council races. According to the criminal complaint, 2 candidates benefited from the VBM scheme, but few identifiers are provided. Candidate 1 was said to have Colicchio and William Rojas, who was also charged in the scheme, working with them, while candidate 2 is only described as the chair of their own election committee. As you know, this is all part of an investigation that began with Frank Rea and Dio Braxton getting indicted on Halloween. Liz Camise was indicted before that, and William Rojas as well, as I just mentioned. So this brings the total up to 5. Obviously, it looks like we're moving past the 2013 mayoral contest where Dawn Zimmer bested Ruben Ramos. Of course, Frank Rea did support a ticket in that race as well that many thought was just a spoiler team. But be that as it may, it seems like the focus is moving over now to the 2015 ward council races where everybody 1 through 6 that you see currently on the council was running, and I'm sure it's just going to be a matter of time before the 2017 mayoral contest is under the microscope. But for now, it looks like Frank Rea is still going to trial. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, he is still prepared to leave this up to a jury, and that will be set on June 11th. So we'll keep you updated with anything that changes. But it looks like anybody that has been running a vote-by-mail operation in Hoboken for the past 5, 6, 7 years is probably sweating and not sleeping too well these past few weeks, if not months. So with that said, when we're talking about Hoboken, we also have to talk about this very interesting term that I've heard often about this is petty, but whatever the case, whatever you want to call it, Hoboken Councilwomen Tiffany Fisher and Jen Giattina were asked to leave City Hall. Now, that might seem a little odd to some of you because obviously there are elected officials over there. Now, apparently, the city is saying that they were politely asked to vacate the building due to the business administrator's policy requiring an appointment to see city directors and staff. Now, and this is coming from Hoboken spokesman Vijay Chaudhuri. Now, according to him, Councilmember Fisher, hours later, verbally had a verbal confrontation with the business administrator in public during his lunch break, and she, quote unquote, had a meltdown, according to Chaudhuri. So Fisher, in response, said that that absolutely was not the case. You know, they had what she calls a constructive discussion, and she says this was all a figment of the spokesman's imagination. And never one to be left out of the fray, First Ward Councilman Mike DeFusco also chimed in, and he said that, this was, and I'm paraphrasing, deplorable behavior by the administration yet again, and this is why the council is here to provide checks and balances. And he also was critical of the fact that Chaudhuri made that remark about Fisher, to which he then responded, as you can see, a lot of he said, she said going on here, to which he then responded that Councilman DeFusco's actions at the council meeting towards Councilwoman Jabor shows that he's in no position to make any commentary on the female members of the council. So as you can see, this is one great big mess. I mean, nobody seems to know anything other than this is petty politics. I mean, in my opinion, I think that elected officials in Hoboken, Jersey City BOE, and I think they should be allowed in at City Hall whatever they want. I mean, obviously, we don't want a disruption of city business, but I think it's important that those officials are, are respected and, treated with the same dignity that the mayor, the assemblyman, the congressman or woman are treated with. So, look, this is a ways off from the November races. So this is just a preview of what's going to come. I mean, this is only going to get uglier, and I know you're probably thinking, can it really get more petty? Can it really get more ridiculous? And the answer is yes. Yes, it can. So with that in mind, we are going to cut to a commercial, and when we come back, we will be with Commissioner Gabriel Rodriguez, who is, of course, the Public Safety Commissioner in West New York, and he's on the ballot on Tuesday. So I hope you stay tuned for that. We'll be right back.
Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatment. Carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants. All major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets. Price to fit your budget. Installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712. The Jersey City Medical Center. You know it for its award-winning, life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center, here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers the quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport, live like you want.
Jersey City Medical Center, Hudson County's #1 hospital, as ranked by U.S. News and World Report. Hudson County's only hospital to receive an A safety score rating. Jersey City Medical Center is Hudson County's only hospital to receive the prestigious Magnet Award for Nursing Excellence. Make the #1 hospital in Hudson County your first choice for quality health care. Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the web at libertyhealth.org. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants. All major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design studio and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net.
All right, so guys, as you remember, Hudson County View, live and uncut. As you remember that I said in the beginning of the show, I went to an event earlier today about police unity, that annual march that every law enforcement professional agency across the country gets involved in. And there was a clip that I alluded to of Gwen DiNardo, Mark DiNardo's daughter, and I really think it's important that you guys have a look at it. So before we sit down with Commissioner Rodriguez, we just wanted to play this for you. So take a look, and I mean, I think it's really emotional, and I think it's important. So just enjoy this, and then we're gonna hit a commercial, and then we'll be back with Commissioner Rodriguez.
My dad was looking forward to riding in his first police unity tour, with my mom and us following us to DC with our minivan, which he lovingly called the DiNardo Family Funmobile. It was exactly 2 months after he returned from National Police Week on July 16, 2009, that my father, Detective Mark Anthony DiNardo, was in a violent shootout. He was shot in the face with a shotgun by a career criminal that my dad had arrested once before. Due to his injuries, he was pronounced brain dead and later died on July 21st, 2009, after donating his organs. My dad was not going to ride the police unity tour like he wanted to in May of 2010, and instead of following him to DC, in the DiNardo Family Funmobile. We were driving down as one of those families that were honoring their officer during National Police Week. It was then that our Uncle Paulie decided to accomplish what our dad was going to do and rode in his first police unity tour. On May 12, 2010, Uncle Paulie rode our dad's bicycle into the National Law Enforcement Memorial and completed his first tour. This year will be his 10th consecutive year riding in the Police Unity Tour.
Jersey City Medical Center, Hudson County's #1 hospital, as ranked by U.S. News and World Report. Hudson County's only hospital to receive an A safety score rating. Jersey City Medical Center is Hudson County's only hospital to receive the prestigious Magnet Award for Nursing Excellence. Make the #1 hospital in Hudson County your first choice for quality health care. Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the web at libertyhealth.org. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712. Burns Brothers, Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787.
Hey, we're back, Hudson County View, live and uncut. As promised, we have Public Safety Commissioner in West New York, Gabriel Rodriguez, one of the most dapper and debonair officials, if I say so myself. Gabe, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me, John. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the compliment.
Yeah, sure, no problem. So, look, it's no secret to you or anybody that watches this or will watch that Wild West New York usually doesn't disappoint. And this last, crunch heading into the Tuesday election has not been any different. So we had this big controversial thing about this business owner who got arrested on Saturday night. Obviously, me and other people from the campaigns were trading texts at like midnight and whatever. The point is, the guy was playing music, the police showed up, and he ended up being arrested. Some people questioned whether or not that was the right call. Based on what you reviewed and what you've seen, what was your take on this?
Well, first let me say that it's not in our place to pass judgment on the situation until the report and the investigation are absolutely complete. The investigation is currently going on. I came to find out about it probably like you and most people did through social media. So first of all, the claim that I sent the police is ridiculous, that I was involved in the situation is absolutely absurd. I'm a commissioner. I'm not a law enforcement officer. I'm not the police director. They're in the business of enforcing the law. We are not as commissioners. And so the claim that I had any involvement with it is absolutely absurd and a lie. But listen, we have to wait for the investigation to take place and to be completed to determine what exactly happened. We saw the video. There are questions that have been asked, but we know that, for one, the gentleman in question was asked to lower the music. He did not. He was asked to provide his ID. He did not, and then they proceeded to arrest him. So these are the things that we know. Apparently, he had mentioned something in another clip on a video that when the police arrived, I think he said something to the extent of, now it's going to get good. These are the things that need to be looked into, whether he put his hands on the officer, things of that nature, which are seen in the video. But again, it's not for you or I to pass judgment on anyone until these things are looked into in full.
Understood, Commissioner. Well, thank you for the recap for those that may have missed it. Granted, I doubt anybody watching missed it, but be that as it may.
Right.
On perhaps a sunnier note, the Communication Workers of America endorsed the New Beginnings West New York slate. Of course, you guys had a presser at your headquarters yesterday. So just to reiterate why you think that was an important endorsement in this race.
Well, we are very happy to receive the endorsement of the CWA. They are the union that represents the workers, not only in Town Hall, but the Parking Authority, Public Works, etc. And so to have that organization that represents our employees who in essence serve the community that we took an oath to serve is important to us. These are the people who stand up for them when they're going through difficult times. They've shown that they care about our members, our employees, I should say, their members. And so we are more than happy and proud to have their endorsement. with just 5 days in this campaign.
So the Roque team, you probably saw this morning. They're basically saying this is an endorsement from Trenton as opposed to an endorsement from West New York, and they're saying that takes some of the wind out of the sails. I mean, how do you see it?
I don't see it that way. If anything, I value the endorsement more. The state chapter and the national regional chapter are the ones that are endorsing us. Obviously, they have consulted with their local members, and they would not have proceeded had they not had the consent and the support of their local members. And that's what this is about. We're about working with our community, and our employees, their members, are part of that community. So we're very happy to receive the endorsement.
Very good. Now, Gabe, obviously it's tough to sum this campaign up in a few words, but I'll try. So if I had to, I would say that you guys have been pushing that it's time for a change, hence the name, of course, and that Mayor Roque has brought a culture of corruption and retaliation to West New York. And, he's retaliated that, or he's responded, I should say, that, you guys are just more of the same from the HCDO, getting fat off the land. Why do you think that your message is more powerful and has more weight behind it?
Because the residents are saying the same thing. The people that we speak to on a day-to-day basis throughout this entire campaign, knocking on doors, at our events, walking the avenue, are saying the same thing that we're saying. It's time for a change. We want more for this community. We want more from Town Hall, and for 8 years they have not seen it. We have tried as commissioners, myself, Commissioner Cirillo, Commissioner Guzman, to do as much as we could in the last 3.5 years, or almost 4 years rather, but it's not enough. And you need a leader, you need a mayor that's going to be present, and more importantly, that's going to be accessible to the residents. A mayor that's going to be accessible to his fellow commissioners to move forward with initiatives and projects that are important, not only to Town Hall, but to the residents.
So a lot of people that support the mayor have said publicly and privately that they feel like this whole split was over the chair fight last year between the Hudson County Dems, but obviously you don't see it that way. So when did you think was the point where you guys just had to break off and go your separate ways?
It's something that was coming along slowly but surely. The mayor less and less worked with us, and more started to consult with people that we did not feel comfortable working with, that we did not feel comfortable having leadership roles for the community. So I think it starts there. And I want to be clear, he broke away from us. He stopped working with us. I mean, the three of us ran with him in 2015. We believed in what we believed in what he said. We believed in his plans, and he just did not follow through with them. So we're disappointed just as much as the residents are.
So, Commissioner, would you have just over a minute here? Just if there was one thing that you had to give to the residents and the voters heading into Tuesday, what would that message be?
Well, first of all, I want to reiterate the situation with the police officers. It's a very serious situation that demands its respect, which is why it's being looked into. I know that a lot of residents have expressed their opinion. This is America; they have a right to. But I just urge them to just wait for this report to come out, and so that nobody is held or their name be tarnished before this investigation is complete. So I wanted to say something about that. But as it pertains to this election, the New Beginnings slate could not be more excited with 5 days left, and we are happy and proud to bring a new beginning to West New York, because West New York deserves it.
Commissioner, perfect timing. Thank you very much.
John, I appreciate you having me.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. Another successful episode of the books, if I say so myself. We'll be back next week. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do. That's why you need me and I need you. Have a great weekend.
Column all the way.